Right.
Do we have to enter everybody or only one?
Into the program?
Uh-huh.
We could all be in there. I think it does, as long as we're not all doing different things that we didn't agree to, I think we'll be fine. Or we can have just one person change it.
I think that it's better that you can enter and we can see through the,
like share my screen.
Okay.
Yeah, I can do that. All right. All right, guys. So it's kind of funny. Oh, there we go. I can hack it. It's funny that even zooming in, it's still kind of blurry. Poor resolution. All right, so like time, I'm from what I see, the game's already rolling, but I haven't seen any days pass, so
yeah, we're in day 50.
So I'm thinking first thing to do is to buy this. Okay, there we go. Buy a new machine. I'm thinking.
I suggest if we can check the volume of the customer order, and then we will check the available materials, and after that we will check the availability of the machine, and so we can decide to buy a new one. Yeah.
Okay,
So
check the
That's my
volume.
suggestion.
Yeah. So what we saw earlier when we first pulled it up was that we already plateaued. So right here, before we got hired, day 42, the machine was maxed out. And they got pretty close to maxing out here, but it chilled out a little bit here. But of all the machines, this is the only one from what we saw on it on Saturday from looking at it. This is the only one that maxed out. And so the thought process behind this one, but reason why we were thinking about upgrading this one, or actually it's more like buying a second machine is what we're doing, is because everything has to go through him. So if he gets clogged, nothing can happen over here.
Yeah, okay,
So,
enter to see there.
Yeah, so I suggest that we get a second machine. So we have over $1 million, and this machine is going to cost us $90,000 to upgrade. For some reason, it's going nice and slow, but probably because everybody taking this class is logging in at the same time. And
yeah, it could be.
So if we buy a new one, it'll cost us $90,000. And then after we get this machine, this one right here, everything has to go through him twice. So if my understanding is correct, orders come in. And
how many orders that we have?
So if I'm not mistaken, this is the orders we have.
Okay.
And this one, it doesn't look like we can it doesn't look like we can buy another machine for this. This is like a loading dock, I guess. If I remember right, there's some kind of thing we can do here, but I think it's more of like the order of when they come in or something, maybe. And then this right here is where we order new kits to make our machines with. We have when we get down to 4,000 units or kits, the machine or the computer will automatically reorder new kits. That's what it's set to, and each unit costs $10. And I think they come in, I can't remember, it's like how many units in a batch. I think it's like 2,000. But that we can edit how many we order at some point. I don't know if it's unlocked yet. I noticed that some things are not available for us to edit yet. But from my understanding, we order in new kits, customer orders. We start getting it ready in this machine and this station. Then it gets tested here. Then it goes around. Then it gets tuned here. Goes back to the testing center and then goes onto a truck. So they have to go through this station twice. And from the videos I watched, this station is the slowest to simulate it taking longer to tune the satellite antenna. And this one right here, we're assembling the kit. And this one right here, this station here, we're testing.
Okay. Try to see in step 1 to see about the new machine that we can buy.
This one?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I think it's maybe update. Which one do we do? Edit. Oh, yeah, we can. So do we want to buy another machine?
What do
Or
you
not?
think, group?
I think that's a wise decision since we still have a cash balance of 1 million. Is that our cash balance and
Yeah, right there.
63,000?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if
This
one
is gonna
machine will
be
cost,
sorry.
yeah, if one machine will cost us 90,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it will be fine.
Okay.
Given that there is already a possibility in a station to plug the product.
Yeah, I was reading and they say that we have to think wisely because if we buy too much, then we can shipping the product. But if we don't buy, we don't gonna have to product to sell.
Yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, the main penalty for overspending, building too many machines is that we, for whatever reason, we get a lot of interest on our cash balance in the bank account. We get a lot from our savings. And so if we spend it all on machines, then we're not getting that extra revenue from the savings account.
Yeah, right now we have only one machine.
Yeah, each station has one machine at start. And so if we're all in agreement, I think I will go ahead and get one. Give a thumbs up if you think it's a good idea, or a thumbs down if you're against it. Okay.
What do you think, Kim?
Do you think it's a good idea, Kim? Are you good? Or did you have something you wanted to add?
No, I think it's great. I'm sorry. I guess my thumbs up didn't go in. Sounds great.
I didn't notice. I'm sorry. All right. Okay, so getting that machine. Machine. It is purchased. And I guess the machine arrives instantly. I didn't see like an arrival date, shipping time.
Yeah, it arrived instantly. I
yeah.
just updated mine and it took cash out.
All right, sweet. Resend mine. See if it'll let me. Yep.
Well,
There goes our $90,000. All right. And so I think one thing I saw was some people suggesting not doing first in, first out. Because so first in, first out, if we prioritize that, then this station right here, station 2, will prioritize the ones coming from here. But some people said that as you start getting busier, you want this machine, station 2, to prioritize the stuff coming from this guy, because things coming from him will be finished product you can sell. So it's getting it out of the system faster. And so,
So last in, first out.
yep. And so let's see if we can change that. See if we can edit, or is it plot utilization? Try that. No, that's literally that. Edit. Okay, here we go. So it'd be a priority to step 4, so that way the finished product takes priority over new product.
I can see that.
Oh, I don't know what to do. Let's see. So that when I open it, a little window came up. Do you see it says like FIFO priority to step 2? Do you see that, Maria?
No.
Oh,
On your
So-
screen, we can't, because I think you just click or choose the screen for the for this
Yeah.
screen.
Because
Yeah.
we are watching only
When
the
sharing.
principal.
oh, that's
Yeah, Benjamin, on the screen that it's showing, all we can see is the
My
boarding,
bad.
stuffing, the
Yeah.
station 2, stuff like that. All the other stuff you've been saying has never shown up. I've
Yeah.
always been confused about that.
I'm so sorry.
But
All right.
I am trying to follow, but I am afraid if I would
Me
click the same
too,
button.
me too,
Yeah,
me too.
yeah,
They say I don't
Can you
want
see
to
it
touch.
now?
Yeah, it's
Now,
working
yeah.
now.
Oh, I'm
working
so
now.
sorry.
Yeah, thank you
I-
so much.
That's
Oh,
why
man.
in our
It's fine,
last
it's fine.
meeting, Benjamin, I was like, how do you do what you're saying? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And you're like,
say,
yeah, you just do it right here and right here. And I'm like, what do you see?
say-
Say? I'm like,
Why
okay.
you're talking?
And then I just kind of figured it out on my own. So
Oh,
Okay.
man. All right.
You say, oh, maybe I'm lost.
I'm so sorry. All right, so we have it. It's right now it's set to FIFO. So first in, first out, and oops. So that would make it so when it's going to prioritize things coming from this machine as it is right now. Some of the videos I watched, well, pretty much all of them, they said prioritize step 4. So then that way the products, this machine's products, which are done, because they assemble the board here, test it, then it goes around to here, then they tune it, and then it gets tested again, and then it goes to the basically the exit to the customers. And so a lot of people said if as it starts out, it's prioritizing the blue station. So things are coming through here and then going, that's the priority. If there's any kind of if there's a lot coming in from station 2, then you'll have a huge bunch of tested boards. But since this guy is slower, you have a bit of a backlog right here. And so a lot of people said, I'm not sure if it's from the very beginning or just at some point, to prioritize the green machine, so that way this stuff is getting out to get sold, and that's the priority over the new stuff coming in.
So my question is, for station 2, are you
Mhm.
allowed to set different machines to different things, like machine 1 to first in, first out, and then machine 2 to, first in or last in, first out?
That would be very smart, but to my understanding, this game is too simple for that. So
Okay.
as it is, we have one machine here. So blah blah blah. We can get a new machine. But from the videos, from what I saw, I mean, if you guys saw something different, feel free to kind of like point out anything you learned. But from the ones I saw on YouTube, it looked like at least at some point they set it to prioritizing step 4. But I don't think we can, to answer Simeon's question, I don't think we can specify.
But step 4 is no
machine.
when you ship the machine,
Yeah, so
when it's ready, finish the product.
yeah, so what's priority right now as it's set, it's prioritizing the inputs from the blue station. So when they assemble it, this station will always prioritize these blue outputs. And then it'll send that to the green. But some people, all the videos I saw, they said prioritize the ones coming from the green machine because then they're getting out and sold ASAP.
That could be the field machine that we have already.
Yeah, so there'll be a little bit of a backlog, but because the red machine is fast, this station is pretty fast. He can get through the green ones and then start going to the blue ones. But they said once you start getting busier, you'll get so many blue ones coming in that the red one will only be doing, because if it's FIFO, he'll only be doing the blue station stuff and it'll be piling up over here. And then his stuff will just be waiting in queue and they'll never get through because so many blue ones are coming in. And so they said if we prioritize this green station, or rather step 4, then the ones that are already assembled and tuned will get processed first. And since the green station is the slowest, if we prioritize it first, get them out of our factory and into the truck and out the door, then after all the green ones are done, then it'll start doing the blue ones again.
Okay.
We're probably going to have more
I
blue
mean,
ones.
in my mind, it makes a lot of sense to just switch it now.
Yeah,
Because if the green station is slow, then it's just gonna be pumping out the blue station nonstop. And so whenever there is a green one, I think it should be prioritized and put out there.
I like that thinking. I second that motion. All right.
I
so
mean, unless
prioritize.
anyone else has any, I think it should be done, unless someone has a different mindset.
I
Let me
agree
take a
with
screen.
Okay, dokie.
Yep.
It is done. Goodness. Password for every step. That's pretty secure. All right. New scheduling. Sweet. All right. Let's see if anything's changed. I mean, we're still on day 50. We did spend $1 bajillion. Still the same. Probably they killed us a little bit of slack, I guess.
Maybe because
I don't think it will change until 8 or 7 or 8, whatever your time is. Mine will be 8. Like every hour it
Yeah.
updates, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Simeon, where are you at?
I'm right next to Kansas City. I'm in Missouri.
Oh, okay. So you're Central Time too?
Yep.
So
Where are you at?
I'm in DFW, Kim's in Austin. So me, you, and Kim are all Central Time.
And it's Easter time.
What time are you, Maria?
Right now, Easter time. Right now is 8:20.
So where are you at, Maria?
Ottawa, Canada.
Oh, I didn't even know. That's not what I thought. Nice. And Reese is in the Philippines.
Oh yeah.
So it's morning for him.
I'm sorry
Yes, it's
for
morning.
Sunday.
All right, guys. Well, I can't think of anything else to change just yet. I think that's the 2 things that I saw about. Did you guys see anything that'd be good to change? Right now we have it set up to where we have 2 machines here. We have this station prioritizing his outputs. Can we edit anything here? I don't think there's anything can change here.
So I
Here
do
we
have a
can
question about
set-
the cache menu. So with all the cache that we do have, so obviously we want starting cache for like the continuous days and stuff like that. So we don't want to spend everything. How much should we try and like buffer? How many machines do we want? Like, do we have enough income to just buy more machines? Would that be a good idea? Would that be a bad idea?
Good
Like,
question.
I'm just curious on like the money that we do have. Are we just trying to save every penny, or are we trying to utilize it? Or
So, from my understanding, from what I've read and watched, there's no direct penalty for, we could just go hog and buy multiple machines for everything and just sit back and be like, man, we got capacity for days. We could totally do that, but where the hidden penalty is, because this is a little bit of competition, our team against all the
Yeah.
others, where there's a hidden penalty is in our cash balance. Our bank account gives us an abnormal amount of returns.
No.
So we get interest on the amount in our checking account. We have some sweet checking account. And so you get penalized because, what we have, that's basically, as it is, that's Kim's job, is we need her to figure out how much money we actually make in the checking account, and then how much we make in a sale. We do $1,000, but what's the profit margin, and so then she can figure out, okay, if we deduct X number of dollars, it's gonna penalize us in this regard. We're not gonna get this revenue from our checking account, but we'll make it up through selling units, of our volumes at this point. And so then that way we can make a better decision about
Yeah.
buying machines.
Well, for now, the only thing that buy a machine was Everton and us.
You can see if the other teams bought one or not.
Yeah, overall standing, you can see how we are compared with others. You see that?
Oh, blimey. Good find, Maria. That's pretty cool data right there. So at the moment, we look stinky because we spent money.
But you know what? We have to, the idea is maximize revenue.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's right.
But we had to create a machine. We can mistake without nothing.
Yeah, we have a huge penalty.
Yeah,
We
if
have
we-
some weird deal that these things have to be in the customer's hand within 1 day. So we have to, luckily, there's not a lot of shipping time. I think it's instantaneously. As soon as it's on our loading dock, it's delivered.
Yeah. The idea is to check how the time of shipping and what we can do, if we can jump to step 4 to bring the machine out.
Hmm. Yeah, I think
so.
I think it's good. Oh, and another thing too, I forgot. In this overall standing, one of the base points that is this do nothing.
Mhm.
So that's if that's a computer player basically, and they're gonna do nothing. They're not gonna change anything. And so something I read or saw somewhere that they were saying that, that's like the minimum, is do better than the do nothing. If you do worse than that, you're a sad state. But
the idea is how clever we use the money, the machine.
it looks like most of the other teams are in a do nothing mode.
Yeah.
yeah,
They-
they
they
probably
don't have
just
meeting
haven't
yet.
started yet.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
let's wait till
I-
Tuesday, see what happened.
Yeah, tomorrow we can see when we're gonna meet again, tomorrow or Tuesday.
So I think we had talked about for the people that it's possible for meeting for like 5 or 10 minutes each
To
day
check.
just to look over it.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
if you can't do that,
We'll have
to
it
just
recorded.
send a message on WhatsApp and say like, hey, I see in station 3, it's
Yeah,
looking a little weird. This is my suggestion. But
Yeah.
participating in some way, even if
Yeah.
it is just sending like one chat.
yeah,
And I feel like saying like, looked it over, everything looks good. It shouldn't be good enough for like sending something in chat. I think it should be like, hey, I think we should do this.
yeah,
And then the people in the meeting can talk about that.
yeah,
But it would be just a few minutes every day, and then towards the end of the week, probably like a little bit longer, just
Yeah,
to
Friday.
talk about everything.
On Friday, we can see what was our result.
So what time works for you guys? I have on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I have a meeting at this same time at 6 Mountain. So on T days, if we could adjust it a little bit, that'd be great. Maybe if we could check in a little bit earlier.
I can do early. I work from 6 to 3 p.m.
Okay.
The 3 p.m. for me is 1 p.m. for you.
Idaho time.
Yeah.
All right. So what times work for you guys? Maria just kind of gives a little bit of a ballpark. I'm pretty flexible, but like I said, on T days, I won't be able to do the 6 p.m. Mountain.
What about
I
7
mean-
p.m. Mountain? That actually works better for me. So I work. 7 p.m. Mountain time would be better for me.
That would be 8
If we're-
p.m. our time.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yes.
Okay.
And for you, Reese?
I'm fine as long as it's your afternoon time, because it's morning to me. So, but if that's morning for you, that's early morning for me.
Mm.
That's it's too late.
So
for
you're
me.
saying we should meet early in our morning, but you have to stay up super. No, I'm just kidding.
As long as it's PM on your end, it's AM on my end, so it will be fine for me.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So
But
can we
not
just-
Saturday, but not Saturday, sorry, because it's already
No,
Saturday.
no,
Yeah.
no, because
Saturdays are horrible for me.
no,
No
no,
worries.
but for now.
Yeah, not- Yeah.
Friday, the whole thing closes. So there
Yeah,
would
the,
Yep.
mhm.
so Saturday we could look at it and just see what happened. But
The
on-
Saturday, I have to bring all the results and we can read and change that we need to change.
okay. Yeah, that's a good idea. We can just review that in WhatsApp too. So
Mhm.
on Friday, it's all gonna end at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. So if we're meeting at 7 on Friday Mountain Time, then we would be seeing the results. So that still works. We just have to make sure we kind of check in on it before that time so we can maybe tweak it a little bit for the final
Yeah.
round. But
Okay, Friday
I'm
at
fine
7.
with- I'm
Friday,
fine.
uh-huh.
Sorry, I was gonna suggest that we meet every day until Friday, up to Friday at 7 Mountain Time,
Okay. Okay,
if that works for everybody.
yeah,
Yep.
And I might be on T days, I might be a little bit late to get back in, but you guys can just carry on without me. I'll try my best to hop in here though.
okay.
By then. Alrighty.
Sweet. I mean, is there anything else we're going to change with the game at all? Or are we set on
So
that?
the only thing I can think of that might possibly be something we ought to change, because if I'm not mistaken, all the other stations had plenty of capacity. We can look at it real quick. Let's check. Reese could probably confirm or deny. So he got up to, I guess that's 36%. So he's got plenty of capacity left. I'm guessing that's 36%, not less than 1%. If I'm reading that properly. But it hasn't plateaued yet, that's for sure. So this is confusing right here, because if I'm not mistaken, this one that we know plateaued. Oh, no, I don't want to edit that. Blocked. Okay, so yeah, the point, it is percentage. So that's
Yeah.
80%. So the other guy, the red, this red station, bless my soul. The red station he's maximum is at 36%. So I mean, he's good at the moment. This green boy, he got up to maybe up almost maybe 65% was his peak. So he's probably our next one we got to do.
Yeah, and we can also see how the green station goes after we switched it to last in, first out.
Yeah.
Mm.
So another place to check. So orders, if I'm not mistaken, all we can really see is just the kind of like the volume. I don't think there's anything to change here. Wow. Wow, that's great. So it's nothing at the moment. I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean. This right here is something we can edit. We can, right now it's set to when we get down to 4,200. If I'm not mistaken, it orders 7,200 every time we get down to 4,000 units. And so as our sales start increasing, we might want to raise the I guess the order point. If say we're going through 6,000 a day, we don't want to have our order point be 4,000 because then we might not have enough kits. But if I'm not mistaken, our orders aren't that high yet. So let's see. Oh yeah, and on that real quick, one thing that's interesting is that no matter how many kits we order, we always have to pay $1,000. So that $1,000 is irregardless of the number of units we order for our inputs. We always have to pay $1,000. So in other words, that tells me we will try to do as few orders as possible.
Yeah. One of the things that I saw in the video is if we saw that we have too much order, we have too much to ship. The idea is to stop the order, but I don't know how to do it. How
Okay.
can we stop that?
Well, we'll have to research that. Sorry, my kids are being crazy. I guess I vote that we all look up and try to like learn a little bit more about this ordering menu, and then we'll come back together tomorrow and we'll share what we find and just kind of touch base on it. Not time. Okay. Okay. And so, okay, thank you. Baby, I'm in a meeting right now, okay? You come. Oh, okay. Okay, tell me in a second. So I vote we come back on that one and do a little bit of research. I think it'll probably be okay for now, I hope. And then we'll come back and tomorrow and we'll get an idea of what happened. As it is right now, I mean, we can change it. Like I said, it looks like the reorder point is set to 4,200 kits in our warehouse. We get to that point, it'll order a new batch of 7,200.
Yeah. Okay.
So another question with customer orders on the plot number of jobs accepted, how come that one is plateaued at 3 right now? So does that mean we've only accepted for the past 2 days, we've only accepted 3 jobs, or?
So which one are you looking at?
So if you click on customer order queue, that
Oh,
one.
this one?
Yep, yeah. And then jobs accepted.
Okay.
Yeah, that one.
So this
So
right
it's-
here,
It's just like kind of plateaued off on the right there. So I was just curious as to why, if that's something like we could fix, or if that's just as many jobs as we're getting.
so from what I watched, feel free to anybody else to put an input here, but as we get better and prove that we're not going to be gummed up and we're going to deliver on time, and get that full $1,000 a unit, then we'll get more orders. But we can't do something like advertising. It's entirely performance based. The better we are delivering, the more orders will come in.
Mm.
And so this right here is saying 6. Go potty, baby, go potty. And so that's my understanding of it. Maria or Reese, do you guys have some input there? Or something you learned?
In my point of view, I think the orders here will be managed by our teacher, and maybe he is thinking us to apply forecasting for the orders. So just so we can show our skill in for forecasting and prepare the number of machines needed.
Mm.
That's what I think. But it is
Okay,
best if we
because
would,
that was gonna
if
be my next question.
yeah. But it is best
About
if we
forecast.
will watch few videos
Mm.
about this, so maybe we can get some hints how the orders are being provided to us.
Okay.
I watched a video by another professor, and how he put it is that in his class, it was automatically done by the system by performance. So the more times you had to pay a rebate on the kits being sent out, which we have to pay a rebate every time it takes longer than we promised, then it will negatively impact orders coming in his class. I didn't see anything from our teacher about that, how he's going to
No.
do it.
If that's the case, we need just to focus on the kit available and the machine, so we can
Yeah.
make sure that we can sell what we are producing to get more orders.
Mhm.
From what I learned, if we're doing good at making our deliveries on time, the orders will
Yeah.
start ramping up, and so then we'll have to keep up. So a lot of the videos, the playthroughs that I saw, what happened a lot was they and they initially it was a little bit slow, then it starts picking up, and then they start having to buy a bunch of machines and stuff. But they recommended in those other videos to hold, like to keep the machines close. You want to make sure you never want to peak, but you don't want to get too much production, because then you hurt yourself here. And so if our teammates don't do anything, then we don't need to worry too much. But if the competition starts heating up, then we'll regret spending too much money too fast. But if they don't do anything, then we'll be just fine, even if we spend all the money. Well, I mean, of course, not all the money, but enough that we can still make orders left behind. We will lose a little bit of money if we buy too many machines. And then another thing that I saw is, and some of the other people's games, they could tweak it. Like if they felt like they were going to be gummed up or whatever, they could adjust the promise time. So right now, everyone starts off at promising to deliver the same day that the order comes in. And so that you get $1,000, but some people you could do up to 7 days and then only get like fraction of the money.
But where
we
we
don't need to
can
mess
do
with
that? Where we can do that?
I don't think it's set for us to do that. The teachers, good job. The teacher disabled some of the stuff for us. I don't know if he's going to re-enable, as I suspect we're going to have more than one round, right? We're going to have this first week, punch each other, see who wins, great job. And then after that, we're gonna, I think next week and then next week, and he's gonna, if it's like Capson, they're gonna unlock new things every week. To
I was
make it more
looking
complicated.
for when we have our second round, I think in week 8.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Let me see. I think so. That was I saw. Let me see.
So we're gonna have a lot of time to think of some new strategies.
Yeah.
Oh man, Everton's, he's going hog wild. He's spending even more money.
I feel like
Oh, they
probably bought a
buy
machine
two.
for
They go
each.
to. I think that we are okay with that, only with 2.
Yeah, I think we're good. I can't think of anything else to change. I think we should research how to optimize our materials. And any other strategies, but I think we want to focus on that because
Yeah.
really I feel like we're all in the dark on that one. Like it's
Tom-
just pretty vague.
Yeah, maybe tomorrow we can see if we can buy another one or not.
Yeah, and I think I challenge all of us to go ahead and research the material supply software thing and just see, as it is, it's set to every time we get to down to 4,200 kids, we order more. And then
Mhm.
we pay this $1,000. There's got to be some optimization there, like make it one bigger order and then do less orders, like set the tolerance for new orders to a higher number. So it's, I don't know, like there's got to be some optimization, but
Yeah.
I don't feel confident in tweaking anything here yet. I don't.
Me
I mean,
too.
we can try, but I don't
No,
really understand it.
I prefer to leave it like that
Okay.
and see tomorrow.
Yeah, and but yeah, let's go ahead and everybody try to watch up some videos. Just look up Littlefield Technologies in
About-
YouTube, and there's a bunch of stuff that pops up, and just try to watch at least one video all the way through. You can set it to double speed to make it go through faster, so you can, or however, slow it down, however you want. But if we all watch a video, I think we'll come back tomorrow with a little bit stronger powers of deduction there. All right, guys, unless there's anything else, suggestions, hopes, fears, dreams, or anything else you want to mention, I think we might be good for today.
Yeah,
Agreed.
okay, see you tomorrow at the same time.
I think we're gonna do it at an hour later.
At 7,
from
at 7, at 7 Mountain Time.
7 Mountain Time, yeah, Idaho
Yeah.
time.
Okay.
And then Kim, if you could try to figure out what the interest. Yeah, all right.
Yep.
You got it. Thank you. Talk to you guys
Yep.
next time.
Perfect.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.
Okay, bye.